You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run to your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome to Motorcop Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Iceman. I was going to do this a little earlier. Had to go eat at Fluffy's house. This one's just going to be talking about one thing. We're going to be talking about the body cam that came out from them 5 Memphis cops. We're going to look at it and talk about it. Give my opinion on it. And it is just my opinion. No agencies or nothing like that endorses it. It's just what I think. I want to go ahead and throw out the Patreon names, of course. Got to get that out of the way. We got Dan Carlson with Burley Boards. He's a full Clubhouse crew member. We got Miss T-Bird. We got Mr. Jim P. Mr. Hoppy Hoppison, our truck driver. We got Mr. Z Palmer, Miss Lauren Stimpson, Mr. Roy Spalding, not Roy with P, Roy with S. We got JoJo, who is in the chat. We got Miss Kaylee Norris and Natasha A., our 2 girls from Washington, and our OG crew member, Melissa. You know we appreciate every one of y'all helping me pay the bills, even the other ones. Y'all just get shouted out on Wednesday. So, if you want a cigar, go to mypatriotcigar.com and use the promo code MotorCop15 and you can get 15% off your entire order. If you order $100 more, you get free shipping. So support the small businessman and do that. Go like and subscribe if you want extra episodes, videos, text type messages, and live streams, stuff like that. You can go join the Patreon. I just put out an extra episode on there earlier today. Stuff that I do not talk about on here. So if that interests you, go check that out. If you'd like any Motorcop merchandise, t-shirts, koozies, stuff like that, you can go to the website, motorcopchronicles.com. Go down, you can go to the merch page, check out the links in the bottom. You go to Etsy store, the Motorcop Chronicles podcast Etsy store, and you can order this stuff over there if that interests you. Also, if you want to be part of the private group page, The Clubhouse, they'll have a link in the description on this. And I think also you can do that on the website also. So, since we got all that out the way, I just need to start learning how to say that quicker, right? Everybody, unless you've been living under a rock, I guess. Well, JoJo might not know. She's on the other side of the world. They had that incident in Memphis where when they arrested 5 Memphis police officers. Basically beat a suspect so bad that he ended up dying in the hospital. If any of y'all read my post I put out earlier, you kind of already know how I feel about it. What sucks about this is it seems like for every one step we take forward to try to get, the community and the police, to trust each other and everything else like that, you got pieces of shit that do stupid shit like this that just gonna put us 2-3 steps back. I didn't pull none of that. I didn't put any up here. I'll talk about, y'all know Ben Chump, the civil rights attorney. Of course, he run down there. That's all he does. Whenever if a cop shoots somebody, he runs down there, and because he wants to sue somebody. That's all it is. He don't care about the people or anything else. All he cares about is his 33.5% he's going to get out of millions that these people are going to get out of a lawsuit. That's all he cares about. Of course, he's down there. And he's already hollering about racism, which is kind of funny and asinine considering it was 5 black police officers that killed a black suspect. But they're still hollering racism. Before we watch it, I'll say, I believe stuff like this happened. These guys were totally unprofessional. I don't think any of them had any real kind of time. I think 5 or 6 years was the most experience any of them had. This was a specialized division. We'll talk about, but this is what happens after the St. Floyd incident with Derek Chauvin. Everybody was hollering that they needed more black police officers to work in the neighborhoods, in the community, and all that stuff. We need more police officers that look like us, yada, yada, yada. Well, this was 5 of them that looked exactly like the person. Didn't look like them, but you know what I mean. They were black also. Well, stuff like this happens, though, because when you're trying to check boxes off, when you're hiring stuff, to hire people of certain colors or whatever, because you want to check boxes off, and you have to lower your standards to get enough people in that'll qualify for it. This is what happens. Memphis trains their police officers well and stuff like that, but when you lower your standards because you want to check boxes off, shit like this happens. You got to keep your standards up here. But instead of worrying about hiring quality people that would do the job because of the color of their skin, we'd rather drop our standards down and hire somebody because of the color of their skin, not because of their work ethic or the type of person they are. I don't know if any proof that this happened. It's my opinion on why this shit's happening. Because people want to check boxes now. Instead of hiring people that are best qualified for the job, we be hiring people that are best colored for the job, which is asinine. Now, when I do this, I'm going to try to do the screen sharing thing. Y'all know I'm not the greatest at it, so bear with me a minute. I'll get it pulled up, and we will do that. Now, I'm not going to be able to read the chat while I'm over here, so I'm going to have to jump back and forth, but I'm going to do my best. I said I'm going to do it. Hold on. Here we go. I'm going to rewind it down. When the first start, they don't have no audio. When this first starts, if y'all haven't seen it, now I can read the chat. I'm not going to be able to put it up on the screen if y'all say something. They make this traffic stop. I think the cops are claiming that they saw him driving recklessly or something like that. If there's video of that, they didn't put that out. Don't know if there is a video of that or not. This comes up as they stopping the guy. I don't think he was trying to run in the unit or hit his car or anything else like that. So was it a real violation? This is a specialized criminal patrol type unit, not uniform patrol. And they're so I'm just speculating because we didn't see a violation, so I'm just going to assume that he did commit the violation, but we don't see the violation. And I'm going to stop it pretty quick when I start it because my opinion starts off pretty quick on it. So we'll start it off. Like I say, ain't no sound at first. You gonna get your ass blown the fuck off. As soon as they jumped out, they had guns out, and they're hollering, they're screaming, and they're cussing. Now, nowhere, if anybody else heard about it, y'all just let me know, because I've watched so much shit on this. I've, giving myself a headache. I've not seen a traffic violation. That was never put up. If they have it on tape, if they didn't put that out here. Why they do, but just because he's driving reckless, I don't know why they would be going like felony stop. And this ain't even a real felony stop. If it is, they need to do something, but they jump out and they're like, oh, they're at 100% straight off the bat as soon as they get out. Now, this guy that we're looking at, he had his gun out. Well, I don't know where this guy right here come from, because then he had to put his gun on because we had crossfire. So it's not a felony stop, or he wouldn't be here. Everybody would have stayed out and called him out.
Get the fuck out the fucking car. Damn, I didn't do anything.
All right, now he raced there, and they're hollering and screaming and run over there, and they're hollering to get out, and then they just open the door and jerk him out. Okay. Give him a second to get out. Me personally, if you're not doing a you're not doing a felony stop on it, which obviously that's not a felony stop. Me personally, why didn't they could have pulled him over, blocked him in like that if they thought he might run in the car, and say, have him step out of the vehicle. Well, what'd I do? Why are you pulling me over? We saw you driving recklessly. That's why I pulled over. I see a lot of these videos on YouTube and these other places I've been watching, and it's I guess it's preference or whatever, but I've always found it easier. And I'm still out there writing tickets, pounding them out. When I go up to a car, I don't introduce myself by my name. My name is on my uniform. The patch on my arm shows where I work at. But every time I get up to a window and I look at a person, I say the same thing. Ma'am or sir, the reason I pulled you over, or the reason I stopped you today, was for doing 80 and a 60, just making it. I pulled you over for running a stop sign. I tell them straight off the bat why I pulled them over. So there's no question, why'd you pull me over? There's no question about it. I tell you straight off the bat, you don't have to ask me. This is why I pulled you over. Period. So, because I see a lot of things, it's like, that, well, why'd you pull me over? Give me your license and I'll tell you why I pulled you over. Why don't you just tell them why the fuck you pulled them over? Who cares if they give you their license first or not? Just tell them why. I think a lot of this argument would be nullified if they start telling them. He asked why. They could have just told him. So, but they went at it at 100%. Kelly said they're showing us on the news right now, but they had to bleep out the cuss words. Yeah, well, at least I don't have to bleep out the cuss words. But it's like, I don't know why I don't know why they went at it. Was there a reason why? Did they have any info? So, I don't know, but I think if they would have went up a little bit calmer, this whole situation might have been different.
Hey, I didn't turn your ass around. All right. On the ground. All right. You don't do that, okay? Get on the fucking ground. Get on the ground.
All right. Now, as I disagreed on maybe how they did the stop, of course, I don't know why they went at it like this. There could be something I don't know. At this point right now, the Tyre could be, instead, he's saying, all right. But you see this all the time. It's called passive resistance. He's not physically fighting them at this point, but he's not listening. He's not doing what they're saying. He's not putting his arms behind his back. He's just holding there. That's passive resistance. He's still resisting, even though he's agreeing with them. You see this all the time. Oh, I'm doing, but they're not doing it. So right now they're still okay, even though I don't agree how they did the stop. But say they do have PC. He is passively resisting. So at this point, there's still nothing really wrong except for what I disagree with.
All right, I'm on the ground. Lay down. Yes, sir. Please stay on the ground.
The problem right here is their adrenaline. The cops' adrenaline's through the roof. Okay, you hear two different people hollering at him. Okay. One person needs to be talking. Them saying, we're going to tase you if you don't turn around. I don't have an issue with that. I mean, they're telling him this. Hopefully he'll turn around because they don't want to have to tase him. Well, I assume that's why they would say it. But the cussing don't really bother me. I mean, some people, if you don't talk to them like that, they don't understand what the hell you're saying.
You! Get on the ground! Lay down! One! Now!
All right, okay. All right.
See right here, he keeps saying, all right, but he's still not complying, so he's still resisting.
Okay, dude, damn.
Turn the fuck around. Put your fucking hands on your back. Bitch, put your hands behind your back.
Okay, stop.
I'm gonna knock your ass the fuck out.
You guys are really doing a lot right now.
Bro, lay down.
I'm just trying to go home.
Lay down.
Man, if you don't lay down. I am on the ground.
Put your hands on your stomach.
I got you.
Okay. Okay. Get the fuck back.
Stop. I'm not doing it.
Now, it's hard to see because the body cams are great, but they were fighting and moving, so it was a bunch of jiggling. Somehow, because they had rolled him over, somehow he was able to get up, because this is him right here running now. Somehow he was able to get up off these two officers and take off running. Still, everything's still copacetic at this point. I mean, he's resisting. Now he's resisting by flight. So, like I said, the only issue I had right now is I think they could have conducted the traffic stop a little bit differently. But like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know the situation beforehand. But right now, we're still good. Okay. Deployed the taser. Of course, it didn't work. Either both prongs didn't get them or whatever, and they're chasing after them. I think farther back before, they must have tried to spray him.
2938.
I don't know if they used just OC or if they used freeze or not.
Taser was deployed. Suspect is running down Ross. Young male, black, slim build, blue jeans, and a hoodie.
That other cop over here,
Southbound on Ross.
this guy right here,
Last song.
he somebody sprayed. I didn't see the spray, but he whenever you use pepper or anything, you're gonna get some on you. Somebody's gonna get some more. I think he got some. Wind blew it on him or something, but you can hear him coughing and stuff. And it's not gonna kill you. It's uncomfortable. It burns, but you're not gonna die from getting
One of the
sprayed.
prongs hit the bastard. All right, your car's right in front of you.
This is my car. Grab my water.
All right, hang on.
He must have got a pretty good little spray. That he had to tell him where his own car was at.
Where's your water? I can't see shit. Okay, I got you.
It's gonna get to that, Kelly. Man, I started it from where they made the traffic stop.
Negative 2938. Where are my damn glasses at? Huh?
All right, they're talking about it. They're calling it in. I believe some other cops are gonna show up. We'll speed up a bit because they're washing him out. He's when they got sprayed. We're gonna see some other units come. I think they setting up a perimeter and stuff to try to box him in. Now, right now, all they got on him is whatever traffic violation, reckless operation, I guess, and resisting arrest. That's all they got on him at this time. Both misdemeanors. He got his car. Me personally, I got his car. I'm going to call a hook. I'm going to put a hold on the car. Somebody's going to come look for the car. Like I said, but these are like this is your unit, so they're not out catching calls, so they're going to try to find him because they figure maybe he's got some drugs or something. I don't know. They never elaborates. Anyway, they're looking. They're not. Other units from the it's coming like that.
That way.
No, this is going to be like all the camera stuff they have at one time put on the thing instead of watching a whole bunch of separate ones.
Thin male black, blue jeans, and a plaid jacket.
Upper left corner right here. This is of course, this is the guy. I believe he stays with the suspect's vehicle.
You good right now?
Down here, I guess they spotted them and they're chasing them. Bottom right and stuff. Bottom left. All right, well, they tack. See down here, they tack. They got them tackled.
Damn, give me a fucking pen. Who's your hand? Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Hey. Watch out. Hey. Hey, Mike. Hey, bro.
Now, right here, listen. See, he's swinging on him pretty good. Still, he's resisting, still fighting a little bit. You can use, physical force sometimes. So we're getting close, but we haven't quite crossed over to that threshold.
Watch out.
So he says, watch out. Now, the issue I have with this is I've been in situations where you're fighting somebody and another deputy or officer pulls out his freeze. When this stuff comes out, like I said, I don't know if they carry just OC or they're carrying freeze plus P, which is OC and CS gas mixed together. Whenever you use this, which I like chemical weapons, whenever they use this, he's going to get this on him. Now, you still got to fight with him, so other people are going to get it on him also. So, but they're getting ready to spray him, which is still fine because he's still resisting. Still not a big, still everything's perfectly fine. Squirted him, got him. This point, personally, I just sprayed him. This stuff don't work instantly. Three of y'all right there, I believe it's three of them. Don't have to just step back a second, not wave back, but just let him lay there a second. He's going to hoop and holler. He's not going, if he does get up to run, he's not going to go far because he's not going to be able to see where the hell he's going. So give it a second to work.
Mom!
So he's hollering for his mama.
Give me your hands. Give me.
Okay, all right.
Give me your fucking hands. Give me your hands.
All right. Okay. All right.
Now, I'm hoping this one should have the pole cam. This guy that just ran up right here, if I remember correctly, this guy that just ran up, I think he's one that started. I think he might have threw a kick.
Give me your hands, bro. Give me your hands.
Watch out. Spray your eyes again.
Hey, give me your hands, bro.
Watch out.
Spray.
Now, I was a chemical weapons instructor. I said was, okay? But I didn't re-up my cert. I've had it for years. Every couple of years, you just had to go. I don't know why to re-up your certification. It's like anything didn't change. But I was a chemical instructor for a very long time. I used to train other cops to certify them to use chemical weapons. Him spraying him again, no purpose in it. Once I spray you one time, I can spray you 3 or 4 more times. It's not going to change the effect of the chemical weapon on you. Just don't make it burn more because I sprayed you twice with it. He got a good stream on him. He got him in the eyes. The second stream, not going to do anything. Not going to do anything at all. I don't know why they're respraying him. If that's not working, if somebody there, I'm sure, has a taser, try dry stunning him or something. But spraying him again is not going to make it burn any worse than it already is. And he's spraying him down like he's like an ant pile. Actually, the more you get on there, it's better not to have that much on there. Now you're just getting it on everybody.
Shit. Oh, shit.
See? This cop down here. Oh, shit. Because he got sprayed too. Or splash on him. Now he's burning.
Give me a hand. Give me a fucking hand. Give me a hand. Oh, shit. Give me a fucking hand. Give me a hand. Turn around. Lay flat. Lay flat, goddamn. Lay flat, goddamn. Lay flat. Lay flat. Lay flat. Lay flat, goddamn.
Shit.
Give me a fucking hand. I'm a sister, goddamn. Give me a motherfucking hand. Watch out. I'm gonna baton the fuck out you. Hit the fucking hands. Watch out. Watch out. Give it hands. Give it your hands. Give it your hands. Same location. Ross and Kelsey, Ross and Kelsey. Watch it.
All right, I'm going to move this so I can see. Kelly, they might have just wanted to try to inflict more pain, but spraying them again, it's not going to inflict any more. Go back because the pole cam was up here in the corner, up here in this top right. So he's still resisting at this point. So still good for right now.
Give me a hand. Give me a fucking hand. Give me a hand.
Right there. Just see it right there. That was the first kick. That's where it went bad. There's nowhere, through a lot of training, you do not kick suspects in the head. You don't strike them in the head with batons or any impact weapons or anything like that. Punch them. You can punch them in the face and stuff like that if you're fighting hard enough. But you do not kick a suspect in the head while they're laying on the ground. You can't even kick somebody in the head while they're laying on the ground in the UFC fighting and stuff like that. Like I said, but yeah, if he has cuts, it's going to burn. But respraying them is not going to make it burn any worse than what it is. But that first kick right there, that's where that's.
Give me a hand. Turn around. Lay flat. Lay flat, goddamn. Lay flat, goddamn.
And he kicked him again. Doesn't matter.
Lay flat. Lay flat, goddamn.
Shit.
Give me a fucking hand. I'm a sister, goddamn. Give me a motherfucking hand. Watch out. I'm gonna baton the fuck out you. Hit the fucking hands. Watch out. Watch out. Give it hands. Give it your hands. Give it your hands. Same location. Ross and Kelsey, Ross and Kelsey.
Now, this guy, I don't know if y'all saw it up here, he threw like a haymaker right at the dude's head. He was right up here. Y'all stood him up. No, can't do that either.
Give me your fucking hand.
Punched him again.
Give me your hand.
And he punched him again.
Give me your hand, motherfucker.
Again.
Ross and Castlegate. We are east of the Henderson.
Now, when they did pull out the expandable Ducon, the ASP, they were hitting them in the legs area, stuff like that. That's where you train to hit at. So they're still trying to handcuff him. No issue with that. They've kicked him. He's been kicked in the head a few times, and the dude's just wailing on him like he's a punching bag. I mean, come on, put him. You got 3 of y'all, 4 of y'all there. Put him down on the stomach. Somebody, grab a hold to his legs, leg restraint, wrist locks, stuff like that. But I mean, they're holding him up, just wailing on him.
Right here. 2930. The Castlegate.
Now we see other units are showing up on the
You
scene.
can get here from Ross and Castlegate.
Why motherfucker made me spray myself?
Man, me too.
Tased them.
Hey, can you get my car, please? Fuck.
See, the other unit showed up. They've got him cuffed.
2930. Pepper spray just plus.
You got some
Yeah. All right, let me get my car real quick.
Engine 55, just take the clean over here with me.
No, I think they got, I think they already called for medical or whatever. Personally, whenever I haven't sprayed anybody in a long time, when I use spray, we got them cuffed. I'm going to sit them up, which they do. They say they basically they're going to drag them over here. But somebody's got water. Out of all these cops right here, somebody's got water. I'm going to pour the water and try to flush the guy's eyes out as best as I can at this point to try to help him relieve some of the burning.
Get him up! Get him up so he gets mad! On his butt! On his butt! On his butt! Let him get strong. In this ring. Come on. Together. On the other side. Good. God damn!
So they lean him up. He's still conscious and everything. At this point, like I said, they got him up. Somebody could have got him some water, rinse his eyes out, because the cops know how bad this shit burns. So try to give him, rinse it off for him. It wouldn't probably help. I mean, he'd be kicked in the head and beat. Until his medics got there, and it took 20 minutes for them to put him in. I think they had some paramedics got in trouble or something. I'm not sure. I don't think they were trying to do anything maliciously or anything like that. I don't know. JoJo, this is because he ran off he resisted on a traffic stop and ran off on foot, and they caught him afterwards. And he was still resisting, but they took it over the line when they started kicking him in the head. They had him standing up and just punching him in the face and stuff like that. You can't do that.
That motherfucker on something.
He on something.
And they're saying, oh, he's on something.
He couldn't.
I mean, that's a bunch of big guys on him. He might have been on something. I haven't heard of any drug test results coming back or from an autopsy or anything. So he might have been on something, but I don't know. I don't know if he was or not. I don't know why it took them that long to check him out. Like I said, I thought some of them he just got in trouble.
Man, I got your camera, man.
2938. Does the fire department need to come down to you, or are you bringing him back down here?
Bring him down here. Bring him down here.
That's one of them's camera fell off. I was going to say, where's his camera at? I think it might be right here or something. It looks like something's right there. He woof off. He hurt his leg somehow. I don't know if he hurt his leg.
Bro?
Kicking him or what.
No, that's your glasses. Bro. Oh, they ain't, bro. I lost mine, too. That's over here. Y'all see some glasses over there?
Yeah, I need my glasses on.
Fuck.
Tony,
He high. You gotta be high. I seen him. Man, he turned around. He hit him with the taser. He snatched them motherfuckers out, took our run. Kept on running. Hell yeah. Fuck, man. Huh? Yeah, I'm straight. He was straight. I ain't talking about straight like that. I'm talking about not injured. Yeah, I'm good. He said, man, he said, put that shit out, man. Come on, y'all want him to bring him down there? No, I'm not bringing dude, man. Hell. Bring him down there. Fuck this. Man. My mama, bro, my eyes, I got sprayed too. Oh, yeah, my shit's burning. I just reopened my shit back up, bro. My leg, bro, my knee.
Christina says, yeah, law enforcement. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're all far away where you are. I mean, it's everywhere. I was watching it was a little petty anti-protesting, but they were up in Los Angeles and California. I mean, what the hell are they up in California protesting for something that happened down in Georgia? Knowing that half of them ain't never been to Georgia. But it's a good excuse for them to do that shit. Kelly says she thinks the medic tried to stir shit. I don't know if they did or not. I can't even comment on it because I hadn't heard or saw anything.
I said him. We opened the door. I see him wiping his face. Hey, he took our running as soon as I seen him wiping his face, bro. Hold on, where y'all see him, man? Right here. He was running through the yard.
You might be right, Aaron.
I said I couldn't see no more. Boy, you said that. We went through there. Yeah. Y'all said bald head, though. I was like, yeah. But then he started running, bro. He was wiping his face. I said he wiping his face. So that's him. Yeah, that's him. Man, you came right on time, boy.
I know. I see his ass run.
You came right on time. As soon as I took his ass to the ground.
So I like, fuck my leg, bro. I know I'm finna feel this shit.
Bro, my shit been hurting all day, but when I seen that boy running, bro, that motherfucker ain't tired no more, bro. Yes, bro.
Bro.
Camera's on somewhere. That motherfucker over here.
That motherfucker high.
He high. He high as a mug. Hey, sit up, bro. Sit up, man.
And here got three.
What the fuck wrong with my radio, bro? Shit. My shit off the channel like a motherfucker.
Motherfucker. See, I heard you going out.
I want to say this. Like I said, Ben Chump and all them, I've seen a lot of them. They're like, oh, we want all the cops there that was there fired or whatever. You had the 5 that was doing the beating. They're locked up. You have all these other people. They showed up after the fact. The guy was cuffed and already up against the car or being put up against the car. I guarantee a lot of these, they had no clue of what had happened. And now they're saying, oh, well, they didn't even check on them and they didn't render aid or none of this. I even put this in a comment. I responded to something earlier today on some of my stuff. Y'all know I've been doing this almost 30 years. I have come up and come up on scenes where they called, they were chasing somebody, respond, and have gotten there after they already took the suspect in custody. He could be sitting on the curb, sit in the back of a car or wherever. But he's already in custody. And I might have stayed, checked on everybody. But I mean, there's sometimes, most times I wouldn't even get close to the suspect because he's already in custody. There's no reason for me to go over there. I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not asking him questions and stuff like that. So I can guarantee you a lot of these guys, they're like, oh, he didn't even check on him. Well, yeah, I mean, that's just common. I mean, I don't just go, oh, I'm going to go over here and check on this guy. I'm not a medical person. And the worst he probably had at the time that showed up was maybe some cuts or something like that. These large bruises and stuff from getting punched like that aren't going to show up right away. So even if they did look at him, they wouldn't know. So, I mean, they just want to fire everybody. I mean, there's a lot of them. It's like I said, I didn't go check. Oh, I'm going to go check on your suspect. No, I'm not going to do that. Christina says, this is not the police work my husband does, all the hard work he does and the effort he puts in to build trust with the community is thrown out the window. That's correct. Like I said, we take one step forward and get knocked back 2 or 3 steps because of shit like this. This is the first time you've seen the video, Christine. They released it last night, but everybody was doing stuff on it last night, so I just figured I'd wait until tonight. But we'll listen to a little bit more of it. Just more of them talking right now.
The bean taser right here. I ain't want my light in.
Now, what my light go, bro? He got me. He high as a kite. Yo, I was good. He's it up for us.
Well, I guess it's the medical people down here checking on them now.
Oh, sorry, bro. I eat it, bro. Bro, you know his name, bro? Hell no, I ain't get. Hey, hold on. Let me do my shit. Listen, man, I was hitting him with spray haymakers, dog. Man, come on, man. I'm watching him, though. He was rocking, but shit. You were eating him, you know what?
Bean was rocking, then I jump in and start rocking. Motherfucker,
Man,
what the fuck?
Man, I'm telling you, bro.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Man, I'm like that. It's he on there, dog.
What I also don't understand, they know they got body cameras on. And that dude's saying, I was hitting them with straight haymakers, dog. And the other one's like, I mean, if you're going to, cops talking shit after shit like this happening because I, still pump footage on and stuff like that. But you got a camera on. I think that's just, I'm glad they did and they're going to get caught. But, come on, be a little smarter than that. Kelly says, the cops fucked up. Yeah, they did fuck up. Like I said, when they started kicking people in the head, holding them up, and just sitting there punching them and stuff like that, yeah, they time to pay the piper. Because they said no, she had heard about it and saw this video already. It's more of a rhetorical question. Yeah, it's crazy. I made a statement last night I was watching it on I forget which side I was on. This, watching them the way they were beating on him, they grabbed him and stood him up and just went beat on him. It almost looked like some kind of gang beat down. And I'm telling you, violence, when somebody's resisting and you have to use violence to effectuate that arrest and get them arrested, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. But they were fine until the kick to the head. For several kicks to the head. Till they stood him up, and one of them was holding him, or two of them were holding him, and the other one was just punching him in the face with everything he had. That's not trained. You're not trained to do that. And that's where it went bad. It started out, even though I don't agree how they made the traffic stop, they still hadn't messed up.
Fuck, bro. Man, they need to give me some saline, man. We got sprayed. Everybody got sprayed. I sprayed, he sprayed, hip heel tase. He jumped up, just tase.
See, I think these medical people right here, some of them anyway.
Then he was going from a gun too, so I'm like, he grabbed Mark's gun and everything. Everybody was on some.
See, right here they're saying, oh, he grabbed Mark's gun or whatever he said. If I'm fighting with a suspect, a bad guy, and he reaches and grabs my gun and I got all these other cops around them, I'm going to say he's grabbing my gun. I'm going to let them know what's going on. So I'm going to say, hey, he's grabbed my gun, so they know what's going on. And they're saying this, and nobody said that while they were fighting, did they? So take that as it is. I'm just saying how it came across to me.
I'd have been in a minute, man.
He got some in his back pocket. No wallet.
Man, listen. I ain't even look. We got him out the car. We was like, hey, bro, you good? Motherfucker swung. Wow, almost hit me. And then you reached for Martin's gun. Yo, when he slammed to the car, and you were on from there.
Did I hear that correctly? Let me back that up a second. Y'all listen. See if y'all hear what I'm hearing.
He got some in his back pocket. No wallet.
Man, listen. I ain't even look. We got him out the car. We was like, hey, bro, you good? Motherfucker swung. Wow, almost hit me. And then you reached for Martin's gun. Yo, when he slammed to.
No, tell me if I'm wrong. But he just say, we got him out of the car and he swung and almost hit me. He's got to be referring to the traffic stop, correct? That's what I'm taking it as. I'm about to go back and watch it, but I don't recall it being like that. It seems like they opened the door up and grabbed him and started yanking him out of the car. Nobody asked him if he was good. I mean, are y'all taking it like that? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Because here he wasn't in the car; he was still on foot when they caught him. Because I think he was only 2 or 3 houses down from his parents' house. That's probably what he was running to. So that just all right, Christine. It's just so that's what you know. So that's a lie.
Yeah. He was on from there. He literally had his hand on my gun, like that mother was on there.
Fuck me, man.
I don't know what that man ain't strong.
No, he's saying he had. Yeah, I stopped it, just turned it on. Yeah, I got it on. I mean, I didn't have it on just a second ago when I was talking. He said he had his hand on my gun. Nobody ever said, "Hey, he's grabbing my gun. He's grabbing my gun." So I don't know. I'm just having a. Like I said, it's me.
Hey, he's strong as a motherfucker.
Mind that motherfucker so good.
Hold on a second. This is dope, bro. That's more than dope. That's more than dope.
Can y'all hear it now?
That's what it is.
Hold on. You trying to stand up on this?
No, they cut the sound like right now where they're talking about the address.
What was he driving? This car. They got his ID right there.
Oh, I don't know why y'all don't hear it. That's strange. Got everything on. They're just talking. I mean, I basically can, as long as you can hear me, that's the important part. I don't know why. Basically, it's just the rest of it's them talking and stuff like that. We can go back to the main screen. Go back here. So, I don't know why the sound stopped on it, but the thing is like I said, they're wrong when they first did the initial stop. I mean, like I said, was it a good stop? I don't know. Do I agree how they approached and started to stop? No, I think if they could have handled it different, we would have been in a different situation. But they were still fine. And they were fine when they first got up to the initial arrest, the spraying part and everything else. Once we went to kicking in the head, kicking people, in the head, and stood him up, holding his hands behind his. They were holding his hands. They had him standing up, and went to just wailing on him like he was just a punching bag. No, that's where it went too far. I think their emotions definitely got the best of them. Y'all hear a lot of pity, a lot of these, social justice warriors like, oh, this ain't the first. It might not be the first time they did this. I don't know. I think they were. I almost feel like they had this like gang mentality, like, oh, I dare you. Hello, dude. I dare you run from me. Make me run. We did this and that, so we're going to give you an ass whipping. Back in the day, I mean, did this shit not take place? Yeah, it did. I mean, it did. This ain't back. This ain't 20 years ago or nothing. This is today, and you don't do stuff like that. You have to keep yourself under control. Yeah, I mean, they deserve to be in prison, never to wear a badge again. But that gets me back to, let's check some boxes. I think at least, I could be wrong, but I think these guys only got like 5 years each on, maybe. Basically, it's a jump out unit. They had that. I'll just say, it might be a thing called it or not. I don't know. They have, we're gonna call it Mackey syndrome from The Shield. I don't know if y'all ever saw that TV show, The Shield. Mackey was the main guy, and they basically had a unit kind of like this, and they were always breaking the law. Dirty cops and doing shit. Maybe they got Mackey syndrome. Maybe they watched too much of that. I don't know. But I think they got the charges right. They shouldn't be wearing no badges. Now, all these people protesting, I think I seen last night they had some that were shutting a bridge down in Memphis and stuff like that. Why? The bad guy, the people that did it are in jail. Well, I think they bonded out, but they're arrested. They're charged. They're not working no more. Why are you shutting streets down? I mean, at least nobody burnt nothing that I've heard of. But why'd you shut a street down? You think all these people, you're inconvenienced? They had nothing to do with it. You sure not helping your cause any. Because whatever support you might have got from them people, you're not going to have it if you got me sitting in fucking traffic for an hour because you want to sit in the damn street and yee about this. I agree. I agree with you, Kelly. They should never have had a badge in the first place. There's psychological tests and stuff you're supposed to take now to become. I mean, do they need a new test or what? Like I said, though, this was after the George Floyd thing. I believe in a lot of cases that standards have been lowered so boxes can be checked. We're not hiring somebody who would be the best qualified individual for that job. We're hiring somebody because the color of their skin. Stuff like this is going to happen. So, yeah. I think they got the charges right. You know, I think they'll go. They're going to do time, which they deserve to do. Like I said, you just don't do some things. I mean, this was like payback. Like I said, I dare you run from me. We're going to show you. See if he was on drugs or not. I mean, even if he is, it don't give you the right just to kick people in the head and stuff like that. So let's hope we'll see how it goes. Let's hope we don't have to deal with it too much. Backlash from everybody else. Say, oh, the cops are bad. Y'all just gonna kill us and doing all this and doing all that. Because, like I said, some of these they're still hollered racism, even though you had 5 black cops killed a black suspect. So it doesn't do with racism, not at all. But they're still hollering about it. So that's all I wanted to say about it. Just wanted to put my opinion out there on it. I appreciate y'all coming, listening. Y'all can leave comments. I know what y'all think. If anybody else listen to it, email or whatever. If you agree, disagree or whatever. I mean, everybody's got different opinions. I've heard some people, are like, they're dark white. Yeah, well, I've bootlickers, whatever they calling them, Uncle Toms. They acted like a street gang is what they acted like. They didn't act like law enforcement professionals for sure. I've seen a lot of posts on, chiefs putting stuff out. Look, real cops do not endorse this, not backing them up. Some people might say, oh, the whole thing they did, they should have never stopped them in the first place. That was a made-up stop. If it was, it was. If it was a made-up stop, that's on them also. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt that it was a legitimate stop. But also, and I'm not putting blame on this kid whatsoever, stop resisting, people. Just comply. Because if it's a bad arrest or something like that, sue them afterwards, but you're still alive. You're still alive. Just comply. If it's, like I said, if it's a bad arrest, sue them. At least you're around to spend the money, right? Your parents are going to be rich, but you're dead. Just comply. Stop running. Stop fighting. Stop resisting. It's just a whole lot easier. So that's what I'm going to do in Aaron. What I had to say on that. Like I said, it's just my opinion. We'll see how it comes out on it. I will be putting out an episode tomorrow. I had a guest on, and I think it was pretty interesting. It's kind of 2 guys just shooting the shit a little bit. So y'all come back and see that. Y'all have a good evening the rest of the night. Thank y'all for coming and watching, and y'all be safe out there.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day.